Header bidding has certainly gotten a lot more attention over the last few years, and the reality of it is we've been doing this for the longest time. We pioneered the technology back in 2013, and it was really around several things that we were trying to accomplish on behalf of publishers. We wanted to ensure that they had access to our demand for 100% of their inventory. We also wanted to make sure that we could give them a dynamic price, so the ability to price each impression discretely rather than some sort of average. And the third was we wanted an elegant implementation. So no longer would you be able to have to use passbacks. Instead, now you could have a very elegant solution where we would only bid for inventory that we knew we had a definitive price for. And so that was really the driving motivation behind developing header bidding. And so we've been doing that for, like I said, for 3 years. We've had tremendous growth over the last couple of years, 300% increase in adoption over the last year. And it really has been one of the primary drivers of growth in programmatic for publishers over the last year. The key value for publishers is that it increases yield. One of the primary motivations behind this is that as we think about what we're trying to do at OpenX, we believe in holistic competition, as much demand competing for a publisher's inventory as possible. And that really is what drove the innovation behind header bidding. And so when you think about it, what we're really doing is injecting the value that our demand has for each individual impression into the publisher's ad stack and allowing that to compete with any other demand that the publisher has. So what really happens is two things. There's two sources of value for a publisher. Either we win the impression, in which case by definition we're creating value for the publisher because we have the highest price, or even if we don't win, we're providing a price signal, price support if you will, to ensure that the publisher is getting fair and full value from any other partner that they may work with. There's certainly benefits, as we've talked about. There's an increase in yield that publishers derive by working with header bidder partners. But there are some costs, and really the biggest one is the operational or technical cost of actually implementing this, which is why it's very important when you're a publisher and you think about working with a header bidder partner, that you think about how well that this partner's technology will work with your page. And that's why it's important that you work with proven technology partners. And when you think about what we've done, as I've mentioned, we've worked with hundreds of publishers in this scenario. So you want to ensure that you're working with a proven technology partner. And what that really means is that when you think about it, what you're going to do as a publisher is put a little piece of code on the page. And that code is going to call our exchange, get a price back, and send that price back into the publisher's ad server. And so because you're putting code on the page, you want to ensure that there's a nice dynamic in terms of how it integrates with the page. It's really, really critical, and that's why it's important that you work with partners that have demonstrated proven technology.